Hello? Am I back? Oh, I think I'm back. Polar, why'd you break my stream?
Check out my cool buddy one Polar Frost one, they were last playing Warframe, go check them out.
How was Warframe? Kiki. There's Keekster. A Kiki. Yep, I'm back. At least I should be. What a great time. But yeah, my power actually did go out this morning. It was like basically just my neighborhood. Or like part of my neighborhood. Which which that it was kind of annoying. It was weird. So I'm not entirely sure what happened. Like it wasn't storming or anything. It was just kind of some light rain. But then like when I go away. Um when I tried to go out to the store, there was like part of the road to get out of my neighborhood was blocked by a police car, so I don't know. I don't know what was happening. I don't know if the two are related. I'm assuming they were probably just working on trying to get power back on. Maybe. Which honestly wouldn't be that surprising. People the drivers here are really dumb. Dig the blue. Well, that's good. Al, how's it going? How are you doing today? I'm not doing terrible. Not also doing all that great either. Drivers are dumb everywhere. Well, the thing is, like, so like when I was down in Texas, when I was living down in Texas, I could deal with the bad drivers because the area that I lived in it wasn't very populated, so there wasn't really a whole lot of cars on the road. Like the only time it really became a problem is like when you went to like one of the bigger cities. But here there's just fucking people everywhere, right? And so it's like why in the world Why in the world are you like trying trying to like move over like 3 lanes of traffic to get to the exit that's like 20 feet away, right? And you're basically making a fucking like right hand turn or left hand turn in order to get to the thing that you need to get to, right? It's like, come on, man. Like, if you're going somewhere and you know that you need to make a left, you should probably plan that ahead of time and get into the left hand lane instead of just making like a 90-degree turn when you're all the way in the right hand lane. God, makes absolutely no sense. Or like, there's like this one curve. And so like in the area that I live in, there's like two main areas and like there's water in between them. So like there's a bridge and like a tunnel, right, that you go through. For whatever reason, like there's this like curve like on this bridge, which is not like a terrible curve, by the way, but for some reason, for whatever reason, people like to slow down tremendously like on that curve. Like the curve, the speed limit is only 55 miles an hour, right? Which comparatively to other sections of like a freeway or whatever, that's pretty slow, right? Considering, right, like other areas are like it's like 65, 70 miles per hour. So 55 is nothing. But for whatever reason, this curve, which it's just a normal curve, people Phantom Dacia, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. But for whatever reason, people like slow down to like 30, like 25, like on this curve, which then creates like the accordion effect. And it's so dumb. It every time I fucking go on this road, that's why I hate going to like that section of like the area. It's just because like coming back, there's either real dumb people on the road who just don't know how to drive, or there's fucking crashes just everywhere. And I'm like, this like like the speed limit's 55. Why are you going 90? Where do you have to be? Where do you have to go? Like people are so impatient like on the road. And I've never really understood it. It's like cool. This drive that should have only taken like 45 minutes is now going to take a fucking hour and a half. Jade, what's going on? Anyways, that's my rant about stupid drivers on the road. And it's funny because I'm not the only one who sees freaking people going really dumb on the road either. Oh no, it's dumb. And I think like the tunnel like freaks people out. I think because the tunnel goes underwater, right? It's and it's like no wonder like they have to put up signs that's like please maintain speed in the tunnel. It's like please the tunnel. The secret tunnel, yeah. I mean, it's not so secret, but pretty much. Hello, Paladin. How's it going? Like, there's a reason why I want to work from home. It's just so I don't have to go and drive my car with people who are either going 20 over or 20 under. For whatever reason, people just can't go the fucking speed limit. Cars were a mistake. I know, right? I mean, like, I wish I lived in an area where I could just ride my bike. Right? Like I have a car. I've had a car for many years and it's gotten me basically across the United States. But like I just like if I could ride my bike to the grocery store, that'd be great. But I can't really do that because my area is not built for it. Pickup trucks trying to run me off the road. Oh my god! And pickup trucks allowing the average everyday layman to have a pickup truck, that was a mistake. Pickup trucks should only like, in my opinion, if you want a pickup truck, you should also have to have like a business license. Right? Or like you should have to pay extra for a pickup truck, in my opinion, for something. Right. So quote unquote need a pickup truck. Like I could understand like if you have like a construction business or remodeling business or like landscaping business, like I can understand that shit. But if you just have a pickup truck, just to have a pickup truck, no. It's like get an SUV or something. Some people are just assholes. SUVs can't carry waste from rural areas like broken trees. I've seen SUVs do a lot of shit. And yeah, like I get it. Like if you live out in the middle of fucking nowhere, but if you are not doing that shit on a daily basis, you don't really need one. Cause I've known people who just have pickup trucks just because it's a pickup truck. And then they're like, why am I $100,000 in debt? You're like, you bought a pickup truck for absolutely no reason. That's probably why you're in a shit ton of debt. Every 2 grams, yeah, you feel like you're gaming with your life. Yeah. Group in the south. Yeah, it was status. Yeah, a status symbol is your grandmother wants one for moving stuff and renovations. You have an ancient tiny car. My car is also ancient and kind of tiny. It's not super small, but it's getting pretty old. I do want a slightly bigger vehicle though. Like I feel like I should have gotten a bigger vehicle years ago. Like all the moving around and shit that we do. Having a bigger vehicle would have helped a lot. Like like if we weren't still moving around, I'd 100% get like a moped or something, or like get like a motorcycle license, and get one of those. I don't know the exact name. It's the three-wheeled ones. I just call them tricycles. The trikes, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just get one of those to go around town. But it's not like I can afford it. I wouldn't be able to afford one right now anyways. I can't even afford a new car. So that's probably gonna have to wait. One of these days. You think the crap roads? Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, some places just have really shitty roads too. Luckily my area is not terrible. I've definitely had worse. Old fashioned bike with sidecar. Oh, dude, that'd be sick. Dude, I'd drive one of those. You ever get pet told? See, I had a different animal in mind. Yeah, like, yeah, I'll just get it for the cats. No, Eddie would freak out. Eddie freaks out when you open the door. Um, let's see. How long have I been streaming? When did I start? I'm gonna take a break really quickly, to get up and stretch and stuff. So don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere.
Floria's
Be right
taking a
back.
break, so get up, stretch, and get yourself a snack. She will be back soon. Floria's taking a break, so get up, stretch, and get yourself a snack. She will be back soon.
I forgot the un part of the break. We won't worry about it. But I'm back. Oops. Alright. Anyways. Okay. Where was I? Where were we? What were we talking about? No, no double break. I just forgot the un part of the unbreak. It's fine. It's fine. See, cars, stupidity, motorcycles, and pets. Yeah, pets. Outfit looks really nice. Yeah, I really like it. Really like it so far. Quite the mystique to her. Yes, she does. Raina, thanks for the gift sub. Mm. Let's see. Ronan Arts is such lovely models. I know, right? Let me let me show you some other ones. So I have um the whole bacon project miniatures out. So I have this one that I have to paint. He's already primed and ready to go for the most part. Um so these are some of the ones that I have been painting. So I almost got the whole team. Let's she turned out pretty well, which she's kind of wobbly on the base, unfortunately. She's kind of wobbly. I think I need to re-glue her down. Let's see. How am I doing today, Jade? I'm doing pretty good. Let's see. I have all the gobbets, the recent gobbets printed out. Those still need to be primed, but I painted the first gobbet series a while ago. I know, I love the gobbets. So I also like the harpies that they came out with a little while ago. She turned out really well. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I primarily I've been primarily painting Ronin Arts workshops ones out. I know the wings turned out really good. I started painting their recent pinup, their Lunaris, which this one's huge. This one's 120. So this all the paint here took me like an hour and a half. It was very time consuming. Well, on and off like an hour and a half. But I will paint other stuff that I find, like her Mouth owls. Jeff. I really like jiggly sticks stuff as well. Like this one. And some tanukis. I really enjoy doing these tanukis. They were pretty fun project. Let's see. Some of them lean a little bit towards Kingdom Death style pinup models. Yeah, Kingdom Death is pretty cool. I have one of theirs that I still need to paint. One, I'll get to it one of these days. Yeah, 3D printing's it's it's definitely a hobby. Very large startup cost. And kind of continual cost after that. Um but in my opinion, if you want to get into like printing kind of bigger stuff, like 75 millimeter and above, in my opinion, it's worth it, because if you just try to buy those like off Etsy from a printer, man, it'll cost you a lot, a lot more. It'll cost you a lot of money. Um, to buy bigger ones. You have a stack of death models yourself. Oh no. I guess you'll just have to stream more. You'll just have to you just have to keep painting. Looking forward to the end of that Kickstarter delivery in 20. Oh wait. What? Do they have a Kickstarter that hasn't been fulfilled yet? Oh, that reminds me. I need to print out the Send in the Goblins Kickstarter. Oh, I'll probably do that next. Ronin Arts Workshop is taking a break for like the next 2 months. So hopefully I'll be able to get some other stuff printed out and painted while they're on hiatus. Just stream more. Yeah, just stream more. Look, like the best way to get through your pile of shame is just stream more. Just stream more painting. Look, Al, we need to have a day where we yap and paint. Let's see, Kickstarter. Succubus Publishing. Due to tariff issues, probably end up releasing its mini line as STL. Oh my god. I imagine that that's gonna be a thing for a little while. It's just you're gonna have to you won't be able to get things in plastic anymore. Just have to print it out if you want it. Which is really dumb, but you gotta do what you gotta do, right? But then again, uh, people are like all the other costs of resin printing is gonna go up for sure. Getting the resin, which I should have already ordered a bunch just in case the price goes up a lot, but gloves and all that all the fun stuff that you need. Like people who live in the US are gonna probably start struggling soon. I mean, we'll see. They're expecting like shelves to be empty at like the grocery store. We'll see what happens. It'll be like 2020 all over again, except there's no pandemic. Though, though, if measles gets out of control, and some are predicting that tuberculosis will be the next thing to kind of reemerge. So that's great. Roving band of mini painters looking for paint pots like Mad Max. I mean, I don't freaking paint. Like I have a paint. Like I have the Citadel, right? Paint pot, right? I only have it because I won. I won it in it. My little owl guy. Where's my little owl guy? So like back in November, a local store had their competition, like their painting competition. They do it like maybe twice a year or something like that. Or at least they did. But like mine got most unique. It didn't get best painted, but it got most unique because it's honestly pretty adorable. Everybody loved it. Um, so I just kind of won. I won the paint pot. I won it. Got a paint pot. So I keep going onto their freaking because they mainly post on Facebook, right? Because they're business. I keep going on there and be like, when's your next painting competition? Cute brew. Wow. How's it going today? Your situation any better? Your landlord still being a prick? Yep, figured as much. Well, hopefully you'll be able to get all that situated this week. Let's see. Remember in art class, 7th grade, I had to make something out of clay and paint and gloss before in the furnace. It wasn't great. He made a pyramid and rectangle, and he made fire red and leaf green. A pyramid. Oh, that's pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. Just a pyramid and a rectangle. Gabby minus. It, I mean, for trying. You tried. I remember art class. Let's see. We did that stuff because I stopped taking art in middle school because I took band instead. But when I was in elementary school, we did the whole clay thing, and I made like a frog. Frog's gone now. I no longer have him. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, fire truck. Let's see, you have some still paints. You love your army painter paints and Vallejo. Yeah, I like um the Vallejo and the war paint. The dissection. I know, right? I think everybody had to do some sort of dissection when they were in high school. Because I think I did it. I did that too. Some people had a pig. Yeah, I think when I was in high school, I think they were frogs. A human body in college. You had a cadaver leg. Well, I mean, yeah. Luckily, I didn't have to do any of that kind of stuff in college. I took I took biology 1 and geology. But in biology 1, we didn't have to do anything like that. Though my geology class was pretty cool though. Gotta learn about rocks and shit. And cause so when I went that that school, um when I took that class, I lived up in Washington. And like there's a lot of interesting shit up in Washington. Um like a lot of like different type of formations in that area. Let's see. You had to dissect a fish. Unfortunately, fish was pregnant. I mean, that's not really surprising. Though some fish die after laying eggs. Do you know that?
Could have been a paleontologist and get to study rocks that are shit. Could have been a paleontologist and
Oh
get
my
to
God.
study rocks that are shit.
Why did that go through twice? Well, that's weird. See, class, you had a weirdo that ate the heart of one of the frogs. That's gross. Yeah, I didn't want to study rocks. Though, I mean, because it's like in that type of field, you kind of need to live in the right place. You can't just live anywhere. Though in Pacific North, like up in Washington and like Montana, like Idaho, what again places to live for something like that. Get mountains and shit, or like even like the Appalachians on the East Coast in the eastern region of the United States. But no, I decided to do psychology. Al, it's the area where you live. What the Appalachians? That area? Or just the eastern side? Tennessee Valley. Gotcha. Good old Tennessee. Though I do like to watch things about like all the weird shit like in the mountains, like the tunnels and stuff, and like weird things people have seen. My husband makes fun of me for it all the time because I like to watch all that weird shit about like aliens and weird creatures, like the weird goblin creatures. Mothman, yeah, Mothman. Good old Mothman. There's nothing wrong with liking that kind of stuff, especially if it's possible. I mean, yeah, like in my opinion, like that shit could be real. Right? You never know. See, the Appalachians were one of the oldest unchanged mountain ranges, predating the dinosaurs. Yeah, like there's so much shit that just could be just vibing. That eyeball didn't go. Uh, I can work with it. See, bought you a Mothman plushie. No, nice. Yeah, I have the Build-A-Bear Mothman. He's pretty cool. Hmm. All right, what is this? Yeah, Moth Cat. Am I down for a Discord call? Sure. I'm down for a Discord call. I can talk for a little bit. Our voice call. Bum. All right, well, I'll just be.
Hello?
What's up?
Hey, hey there, Flory.
Hey, what's going on?
Hold on for a second. Let me get my headphones on so I can actually hear you. Okay, can you hear me?
Yep.
Hey, how's it going, Flory?
It's going.
Going?
Yep.
It's going good.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
How well? How well can you hear me?
It's good. It's good for me.
Okay. So what's up, Flory? Besides painting, how's life been going?
Okay, I guess.
What do you mean? Okay,
I mean, it's all right.
it's all right.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, there's nothing going on, but there's also a lot going on.
Such as care to share?
Like, oh, that was a horrible eyebrow.
What's on
All right. Anyways,
What's on Flory's mind?
just working, but
Working?
not working.
Oh, you're still doing that volunteer work, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's the
How's
volunteer
that
work.
going?
Man, sometimes it can get so frustrating. The volunteer
How's,
work because
uh
there was like a conversation I was having like the other night on like
huh.
someone, calling in because, they wanted to, kill themselves or whatever.
Oh,
And
it's like that.
yeah, and it was very stressful because when you have like stuff like that, like you have to like flag it so like a supervisor knows, so because they're the ones that will ultimately like call for like emergency services, right?
Yeah,
But like
yeah.
this person, right? They wanted to do it, right? They had a plan. They had like the means, so meaning they had the tools and everything.
Oh shit.
Um yeah, but like all we would when something like that happens, we're like, are you able to get rid of the things, right? The means, right? In this case, it was
Oh
it was it
yeah.
was a rope, right? It's like,
Oh
can you distance yourself from the rope? And they were just like, no.
no, I don't want to. I don't want to do this. I don't want to get rid of. It's the only way they can do stuff like that, right?
Yeah,
They just
because
kind of
like in it, like the conversation like kept on going and going and going, and it's like no matter what they did, like they had like a rebuttal on like why they couldn't do things. Like they was like they don't have any buffers, so like there was like, is there like a friend that you could like call or like family member? And they're like, no. It's like, okay, well,
not
can
like
you
they'll do anything anyway. My family doesn't listen to me at all. Stuff like
can
that, right?
can you get rid of the rope? No. Is there anything that you could do to not like kill yourself tonight? No. It was just like,
Anything you do,
and I'm
no.
like, is this person like, I don't know, like it eventually gets to a point where it feels like they're just trolling,
They're just
right?
trolling their suicide. What the heck?
Right, like when you, and I mean, I've had this feeling before. I mean, it's like people who they call in for help, but they don't want help,
They don't actually want the help.
right? They just kind of want to like, some people just want to like vent their frustrations, right? But like, this
Yeah,
person is like, oh, I have a plan. I was gonna do it tonight, but it's raining, and so I didn't
you
do
had a
it.
plan and you were
And
going to a night.
right, and
What
it's
sense does
like
that make?
it's like one of those things. It's like, well, what about the rain? Like I didn't ask, right? But in my mind, it's like,
Yeah.
what about the rain is stopping you, right? Like if you're already down
Yeah.
like this low, like what, like, are you afraid to get
What?
wet or something?
I was like, yeah. Why should the rain stop you from hanging yourself? That doesn't do
Right.
any. That doesn't do
So
anything at all.
like, because I'm not in the position to like ask that question. I didn't, but it's like okay, so you're not doing it tonight. Like, do you still plan on doing it like
I mean, though,
later, like in the week? And they're like, oh, maybe if I feel like it.
if you feel like it, so they
It's just
really weren't not.
like it
They really
depends.
weren't doing anything.
It depends on the mood. And I was like,
It doesn't mood.
okay. I mean, like that's understandable, right? Things, could get better during the week. Things can get worse, blah blah blah. And it was, and so they would just kind of kept rebuttaling like everything that you tried to do to get them to like a safe place, like, and I
Sir,
was just like,
this is a suicide hotline, not a therapy session.
right.
You should be not trying to kill yourself.
Eh,
Although you're doing a good job though, because you're literally were preventing them from actually offing themselves. So even though it sounded like straight up bull crap.
right. So
Hey,
like, I was still talking to him and everything, but like it's just sometimes it just gets frustrating because
that's fair,
like
especially if it's not actually the real thing, especially if they're not actually planning on doing that.
the conversation, it went on for an hour. I had to transfer it to somebody else. So I don't know how it ended. Because I was just getting burnt out because it was going on for like an hour. And
But
I told my supervisor, I need to transfer this. I was like, this is just too much. And so like you'll you have people who will just straight up be like, I just want to vent my frustrations, right? People who like they have thoughts, but like they don't like actively have a plan, or like they have a reason to like stay alive, right? Um, and you also have people who like the conversation will go on long enough, they'll just stop it themselves. They'll just be like either they got what they wanted out of the conversation, or they feel like the conversation isn't helping for them, so they're like, oh, I'm just gonna go, right, and
that's
don't have
like
to deal with
that's
it.
the worst part right there. Like if it gets to the point of conversation where the person actually leaves, that's like the worst part because you don't know if you feel like you did the right thing as a suicide hotline person or as a counselor. So as the person who's the counselor, you feel kind of a failure, right? Because you didn't actually stop them from actually offering themselves. Because that's the whole point.
Well, I
So if
mean,
they let the conversation go early, then it's like, oh, did I do the right thing?
you never, you never know. I mean, and that's the thing. Like, you can't let it like get to you because you don't know if that person will actually go off and kill themselves,
Exactly.
right? Um, but I I have a pretty good sense of like who like might
Yo,
actually like do it, and who doesn't. But I mean,
oh,
it's just
Jaden. Yo, what's up, Jaden?
I got concerned. I wasn't sure what was going on.
oh,
Oh, we just talking.
we're
We
just
just talking and
talking.
venting, basically.
Oh, okay. I was making sure.
Yeah.
Also, for you,
I
I think
I, let- I
I'm
saw it
not
as
the
I
correct.
think I went to the front to the kitchen and got like something to drink real quick, and I was like, wait, what the hell do they call it for? So that's what I jumped on.
And
Oh,
just
for
chat.
you, man. We're just talking. We're just
Yeah,
chatting.
we're just chatting.
My bad.
No, it's all good.
No, it's okay.
I mean,
I mean, you can
if
stay
it's
if you
okay with
want.
Florida, you're fine. I was like,
Or
yeah, if it's okay with Florida, you don't mind, you
we
can stay.
can. I'm just talking about a lot
Yeah.
of a lot of heavy stuff.
No, I understand. It's just because me and Guru were talking about a bunch of stuff that was happening to us the other day as well, and
Yeah,
I
this is getting so
got
messy.
upset for him, like super bad. I didn't, and usually when I get upset, I don't make eye contact. I start talking.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that had happened. I was so
Yeah.
because like like we used to have the same landlord, and then the other guy that landlord's right now, he's an asshole, and he did because he was like all for me trying to move in there until I found out that how he treats certain people that's under his care or like I had that he just for his tenants. So I didn't go for it. But then again, I think he thought that well he was talking to because the way I talk, he thought I was white.
Oh.
So he's like, yeah, because he was all nice with someone on the phone. He was like, I was like, yeah, I'll get the like, applications ready for you. You guys come tomorrow. The application fee is $35 each for you. I was like, great, that sounds awesome. He's like, yeah, can't wait. He's like, yeah, can't wait to meet you tomorrow. And then
Oh
someone was
no.
like, don't do it. I was just like, okay, I think I shouldn't. And then I saw him the other day. I was like, yeah, we decided to go somewhere else because that's when his whole like he saw me his attitude changed. That's why I was like, yeah, no, we're not going to go here.
Oh
It's fine.
yeah. Oh my god.
It's you know, man.
It was
Although this
like a job interview voice. I felt like that's what I had to do.
it kind of
Yeah.
is in a way. It kind of is in a way. They said,
Jeez.
It's my normal voice, and as I've always had problems with it.
Evening, Rex. How's it going?
But she's like, your voice does not match your face. I was like, thanks.
"Thanks, thanks for pointing that out there."
I don't think there was so. I think the worst story, which is like my favorite one to tell, is that the guy that left fake Newtons and at the register, and he accidentally left them by me, and I was alone working up front. So, and then I was also a little lonely when working, like answering the phone too, just in case somebody called. And he's like, "Hey man, I was up there a little bit ago, and I think I left some big Newtons up there." I was like, "Yeah, I see them right here. They're next to the register. It should be next to the black guy. This is the black guy." She's like,
Next to the black guy.
This is the black guy. Oh my god.
"That's like my favorite story to tell." But I know ever since then, I've always had like a weird issue with the way I speak, but I don't care anymore.
Hey, at this point, dude, it's just your normal voice. You just if people need to accept it or not.
I
That's
mean,
what
it probably comes in handy when you're talking to like customer service or whatever
it does.
problem
It
you have.
does.
Imagine
It really
having like
does,
the
though,
whitest
honestly.
voice ever, and you just talking to customer service. We'll be happy to help you out.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
because if they think that you're white, then they'll treat you better.
It's funny because a lot of people don't realize that sometimes too. I'm in a certain part in Ohio, and apparently Spectrum, because I was thinking about like getting that to switch to internet service, because but they have certain spots that are eligible, and my
Mhm.
spot's not one of them. but
Yeah,
but
mine's isn't eligible either.
which is why I made fun of that in a video once. So I was like, "Welcome to Spectrum, like the fastest internet service in America. How may I help you?" He's like, "Yes, I want to get some internet. Where do you live? I live in a ghetto area in Ohio." This you have the wrong number. Click.
Ghetto area.
I live in the I don't know how. Sorry, you got
Oh
the
my
wrong number.
god. Ghetto
It
area.
does help in a way, but a lot of people just if they don't know me, they're not expecting me to be talking, and they always look first to make sure.
Yeah.
It's like Cleveland Bound from Family Guy. You don't know he's voiced by a white dude.
Oh, well, not anymore. He stepped down because of it was probably going to be a problem, so he stepped out before it became a problem.
I did not know he stepped down. I had absolutely no idea.
Yeah, there's not that many lines for Cleveland anymore in the newer seasons, but he did step down and saying if Cleveland's going to be represented as the minority black person, that he should be voiced by a black person. So he stopped doing it.
And then
That's
they
gonna
cut
be
his lines. Then they cut the character
Yeah,
lines.
he doesn't
Basically.
have as many lines anymore. No,
Oh
he
my!
sounds kind of similar, but you can definitely tell it's different.
Huh.
I haven't listened to it yet, so I would not know.
No,
Would not
yeah, I
know how
wouldn't
it
know
is.
either.
Well, he's been playing Cleveland for so long. I don't think it bothered me, but yes, I felt like at the time because since cancel culture, I guess still technically is a thing, the people would have been upset.
Oh, they still will. Absolutely, they definitely would be upset.
They would have been if he was still voicing a black person. Like, there's not enough representation. And I was just like, to be fair, a lot of the black community didn't care that watched Family Guy that he was voiced by a black person.
Yeah.
I know.
But
Screw
a lot of
I
people
did.
didn't care.
I know. I did.
Even in the Cleveland show, like he still played by him too. But he usually just everyone just knew him as a friendly neighbor. But he was also like the most famous side character next to Quagmire at the time. Now Quagmire is hated, and Cleveland was never meant to be on his own. That kind of ruined him.
That's really bad to think about.
It sucks because I did like the Cleveland show. It was just like sometimes it would be something else to watch, hopefully, but it did pass the time. It was good background noise. So
That's fair. That is 100% fair. Hey, Flora, I mean, what was you talking about before? Let's just get back
that
to what you
was
were talking about before.
yeah.
My work. The work
Yeah,
that I'm
about
in,
work. How
the
sucky work
hours,
is.
the lady.
The hours and the lady.
The not working, but the working.
The
But
Man,
and then there's the one lady who decided to text him with the all caps, and they were she was just really angry, and then she was like, "Oh, like I'm not gonna calm down unless everybody apologizes to me, whatever." And I was like, "Okay."
huh?
And then I
Wait,
was
what do
like,
you mean?
right, so she was really angry at something, so like I didn't really believe her story that she gave me.
The believer stuff.
Yeah, because she was like, oh, like everybody's like telling lies about me and all this nonsense, and then she breaks it to me that she takes medication like for her anger. So I was like,
Of course, anger medication. Because that's the excuse for everything when you're losing an argument. But go ahead.
doubt like doubt on that entire story.
X to doubt.
X to doubt. And so I did the normal thing. I was like, oh, what can you do in order to calm down? She's like, oh, I'm not going to calm down until everybody apologizes to me or whatever. And then I go, okay, well, I'm here to support whatever decision you make. Right. And then I was like, well, what else can I do to support you today? And she's like, well, nothing else, I guess. And I was like, all right, well,
Bye.
we're here if you need us. Goodbye.
Like, all right, my work is done. Goodbye. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah,
So how are you just a person that's calling and supposed to help this person? How are you supposed to make everybody who has wronged you apologize?
Yeah, I'm like, what about something you can control, right? It's
That
like
is out of my jurisdiction. I cannot help you.
it's like I get like if you really feel like you're being wronged like by your family, you know, you're either gonna have to get in some serious like counseling, or you just need to leave them.
Just need to leave. Yeah, basically. We got an anonymous Rex says, Dang, somebody found my hidden chocolate stash in the fridge."
Oh man, I hate it when that
Oh, you
happens.
never leave your chocolate stash in the fridge, bro. Somebody's going to find it.
The hidden chocolate stash in the fridge.
Somebody's always gonna find it, my dude. You can never hide it nowhere because people are
That's
gonna be
very
looking in
funny.
your fridge and they're gonna be looking at the most unexpected places. And yours
The-
just happened to be an unexpected place.
I feel like that was rummaging, just like, there's nothing to eat here. Oh, what's this?
What was this? Yeah, I do that. I do that in my own fridge. It's like, hey, I'm looking for some randomly to eat.
That's why I don't try to hide things because, like, knowing me, I'll forget about it.
Yeah,
And I'm like, oh yeah,
same.
this was in here.
Right.
I forget about my stuff too that I put in my fridge. I'm like,
I
oh,
think I did
this
that
is in
actually
here.
because I did that with like some chip dip I had forever, and I forgot I had it. And I never opened it, but see, it was so long that I had it that I didn't remember buying it, and so I just threw it out because I didn't even want to chance it.
I don't
Right.
blame you. Who knows how long you left it in there? Who knows how long it's been in there?
I was like, was this like 2 or 3 months ago? I don't remember.
Ugh.
And then I was like, because I wanted a snack so bad, but I was like, you know what? I'm just not even going to chance it. So I threw it away and just ate pepperoni.
That's how you know you just don't want to take a chance on anything. You just eat randomly plain pepperoni.
I used to eat them like that when I was a kid too. I would just eat them like pepperoni. And I would do the same thing with pickles when I would get them too. I would just eat them out the jar.
Ugh.
I
Ugh,
mean,
I
I
can't
do
believe you
that.
do that.
I, I mean,
Something's wrong with
I
you too.
was, it's fine. And, like
I mean,
I don't eat them as much, but I used to eat them a lot with like salads and sandwiches and stuff.
I'll eat pepperoni straight out of the bag because
Yeah,
it's like
that's me.
Yeah, me too.
like if I buy pepperoni for pizza, like to make pizza, I'm not using the entire bag. And what else am
Yeah,
I gonna use pepperoni for?
sometimes I put them in
So
salads
I'm just gonna
too.
eat it. I mean, I like eating it. I like
I
eating
put
it with
vegetables too.
cheese, like cheese slices.
Hmm. I you know what the thing is too. I'll make these like little, like mini broke ass like cracker sandwiches, like crackers, cheese, and sandwich, and then a pepperoni. That's it.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
it.
I'll
I
make a
mean,
bunch of
it
them,
works though. It works
and I'll
though.
make a bunch. I'll make a bunch of them, like I'm like making some giant masterpiece or something. But it's just that
Like, mustache. Don't forget what's the name.
adult lunchable. That's a good word for it.
Yeah, adult Lunchables.
Adult- because I remember doing that same thing with the pizzas that because a lot of people looked at me funny because they always heat. I would heat mine up because I didn't like cold pizza, so I
Yeah.
always heat
I mean,
mine.
like to be fair, like you can make adult like pizza Lunchable things because they
Mm,
sell the crust, but they're just bigger sizes.
yeah,
Like
that's
they
true.
they sell
Basically,
already pre-made like pizza crust like you get in a Lunchable.
yeah,
Yeah,
basically.
that reminded me of, like the whole lunchly thing too. That was I'm glad I never was ever a part of that. That looked weird to me.
Didn't they find mold in a lot of them?
A couple of people did that were YouTubers that were trying to food review them,
Yeah,
and then one of them she opened it up and there was mold in the cheese, I believe.
yeah.
And she's like, "Yeah, we're not doing that." And then that's why
Like, so
everyone
like,
started pointing fingers. And to be fair, also they said like it was like a quote unquote the healthier an option, but I don't trust Prime whatsoever. That's like
No,
nothing but sugar.
no, neither do
I've
I.
had, I've
I've
had,
had it before.
I've had one.
I was like, this
You know,
isn't bad,
my
but
cousin, my
it's
cousin
like
drinks.
Kool Aid and it's like if Kool Aid and Powerade decided to join forces and make a drink.
Yeah.
Basically, look,
It,
listen.
it's the sugar of Kool Aid if you're like to dump sugar like I do in Kool Aid, and Powerade with talking about some hydration and other stuff, even though it's still sugar. But
I mean, it
it,
is what it is. That's what it's just
it's
supposed
also
I mean,
it
to
feels
be
like it's
fair,
thick too.
like if you're drinking like Powerade, you should only really be doing it like if you're like working out or if like you've been sweating a lot.
I I used to drink Powerade when I used to work at my retail job because I would like put out stock a lot, so I'll be running back and forth to that and the register.
Right.
when I was up in the morning, so I would just drink a Powerade and then try to sip that while I'm going back and forth like that.
Because I mean,
But
like to be fair, like you do have to replenish like
mm,
sugar, right? If you're sweating a
Kind
lot.
of funny how we, kind of funny as we as human need sugar, but right now we're being told that sugar is literally
mm,
killing all of us.
I mean,
Like you don't
sugar's not
need
the
sugar,
devil.
right?
Like we'll be clear.
on the fridge
Yeah,
because my mother, I put them in, I put those in the refrigerator at 5.
I never did believe that
Um,
freaking once, man. If people tell me, you know, sugar's the devil, right? That stuff kills you. I
An
know, but
an
I'm still gonna do it
overabundance
anyway.
would probably kill you.
mhm.
Like that's why
Like
Yeah,
I
everything
drink
in
sugar on hot
moderation.
days, and I'm pro. Wait, I drink it on a very hot day, and I'm prone to sunstroke. Like sun, let's say sunstroke. That's sunstroke, right?
Yeah,
I'm
sunstroke.
not. Okay.
that's fair. That is definitely fair.
Yeah,
I mean,
that is fair.
that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to drink Powerade on really hot days.
Like yeah, hot days
It, it,
when you're sweating.
yeah,
Yeah,
hot
usually.
days and anything hydration and stuff. That usually that's what I do. Sometimes I won't, and I feel like because technically speaking, if you're not working out and sitting there, it's not as healthy replacement for what you're out drinking otherwise,
Right.
besides water.
No, no,
And
it
people
really
don't
isn't.
seem that like you can't drink Gatorade and not and just sit down. That's just as bad.
Yeah,
It's
like
really bad. That's just really bad. You can't do that,
see
homie.
that's when it's bad for you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm drinking power. You working out? Nah, I'm sitting
No.
at home. What?
No,
No, I'm
yeah,
sitting at home.
exactly.
Yeah, well.
He's supposed to be working out. I ain't working out. Watch this. Flips. I grabs the remote, flips the channel.
Yes,
Yes.
I'm sitting. No, I'm basically. I'm doing
God.
some leg exercises. Uh huh. Sure. So doing exercises while working out. I was like, okay, that really is, you know, working out. I guess.
Well, yeah, I think that was my problem because I was you before besides walking around and helping my grandma and running around stuff. I'm usually stationary, and when I get back home, I'm like sweating to death. So I just drink something really quick, and then I end up just
Yeah,
chugging the entire thing by mistake, and not
that's
trying
me
to. It
too.
just happens.
That's me too. I try not to let that happen, but you know, it does happen, and I don't do it on purpose. I really don't. It just happens.
Yeah, I've
And
been trying to be more active. I mean, I go rock climbing, but been trying to go on walks
Yeah, my doctor
more
told me to do
often.
so because she's like, "Mia, just get more sweat, more exercise, and then sweating more out, and then that sugar that you're taking in wouldn't sit there as much." I was
Right.
like, "You're probably right. You
most
right.
likely,
You a doctor. You a genius."
genius. You're a downright genius, there, doc.
No, she's really nice. She's like, "I know it's convenient." I was like, "But you need to stop ordering out." So I was like, "But it's so fun. I have to
You
pay
know,
somebody else to get my stuff for me. It makes me feel a little bit royalty and kind of bougie, just slightly."
Just slightly. Rex's golf count. I mean, I guess golf
Mhm.
counts. I mean, you're doing some sort of physical activity when you're playing golf.
I like mini golf. I don't know why I do, but I like it.
I haven't played mini golf. I need to.
Mini golf's
I
fun.
really do.
I always have fun. I always had fun playing like, mini golf and stuff. And like that
Well,
and
that's
air
nice.
hockey. Air hockey's fun too,
No,
but it's
air
dangerous.
hockey. I have no
Air
idea
hockey.
why that game makes you sweat so much. It really should not. It's just air hockey. All you're doing is pushing a paddle back and forth.
Man, that air hockey can get
Oh
competitive,
yeah.
real rough.
It,
I
air
don't
hockey's
understand
like,
why.
yeah, I feel like air hockey is like more of a more dangerous table tennis. To be fair,
Yeah.
that puck can go flying into people's mouths too. One time I accidentally think hit my friend in the forehead because it clanked so hard. We were going back and forth for a hot minute. There was one time we didn't either get a point for like 5 minutes because we were going back and forth.
We don't use
We were
cars. We just
sweating
walk.
our butts off.
You just walk. Is it just walk anonymous, Rex? You just walk everywhere. I mean,
You
I
don't use
guess that's good
I used to.
exercise.
I mean, I
yeah.
used to before I started driving.
I
I used to
mean,
walk to work like every day.
Man, I went to, I remember I went to drop my grandma off at home one day, and my grandma wanted me to take her car back home because it was very late. And I was told her, I was like, no, I'm good. I think I'll just walk. You're gonna walk on this late at night? Yeah, let's burn off this fat a little bit. We're just gonna walk. I'm gonna walk right home. It's literally just down the street. I'm cool to walk.
Down the street.
Yeah, basically. So I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Secretly not working. Sad. Phobius, you're not working? Secretly.
secretly, secretly not working.
No, Phobius
Oh,
works.
same thing.
Phobius is a hard worker. Right,
I think
Phobius?
I've seen Phobius doing some. I think I've seen
You,
Phobius doing some like.
you do hard.
Well, I've mostly seen him doing like online work. I guess I don't know. I don't know what he does at RL. So that is not my business. Like I don't. That is not my business. I do not need to know what you do RL unless you're intending to share. But it is what it is. Oh, oh, oh my goodness.
What?
This is what happens when I don't. This is what happens when I just let my catalog level just build.
You playing
Oh,
Splatoon?
no.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I was playing Splatoon, and I just like I don't touch my catalog. I don't touch it until at least gets to level 100. So then I have to just go through 6 pages of stuff.
Just let it build.
I just let it build. I was like, hey, just because Splatoon is just becoming really bad doesn't mean I don't want to like. I don't want to give up the game that I like so much.
I mean, that's better than most because some people will just blame whatever the case may be on the game to not play it anymore.
Oh, I'm
Some people
blaming
just
everything
gives
on
up.
this game. I'm blaming
Yeah,
everything on
everything.
the game.
I mean, like I said,
Everything.
it makes people not play the game because of that reason. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, that's fair. I
A
was
lot of
like,
people
but
give up a bunch of stuff because of that, and it sucks. But I think some people did that with it's mostly fighting games and shooters that happens to.
yeah, that's kind of what my case when most of my games too. Like this fighting game is just really hard. No, but I like this fighting game. I'm gonna try to keep playing it. Soonly.
It's I mean, for a while that was Tekken 8 for a minute.
You do Phobia says I do many things mechanically, mostly. Mechanically?
Hmm, that's cool.
Mechanical work.
There's mechanical work? Pretty interesting. I'm pretty sure you're making a lot of buku dollars off of that then if you're doing mechanical work. It's I'm assuming it is. Speaking of mechanical stuff, I was talking to one of my neighbors like yesterday, and he was talking about how he doesn't want to be a mechanic because he doesn't want to work on the newer cars. The newer cars that has like all those computer stuffs in it built inside.
Oh,
Yeah, that's understandable.
He's like, yeah, I don't want to take my time to fix that BS. And not to mention, I rather have an old vintage car that I can actually work on for less instead of
yeah.
taking it to a freaking instead of taking it to a shop
I mean,
where I have to
to be
drop like
fair, new
$200-$300.
cars are probably going to be like that. New cars are probably going to be like you're not take it to a mechanic. It's not going to be a mechanic. They're not going to need a wrench. They're going to need a new SIM card or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
I'm not interested to
like
get those kind
I
of
mean like honestly, like I hate all like the brand new cars that are coming out. It's like I don't need a tablet in my car. Like
exactly.
I don't I don't I don't need all that stuff. Like I just need to drive.
You need to drive
Like
I have a weird thing, and I hope it's not true. It's a weird theory that sooner or later the cars are going to have, instead of being with gas and mileage, they're going to have SD cards with gigabytes for miles, and you have to update them to get further in miles for later
So
down the line.
that would be sucky. I would never want to buy a newer car ever.
I
newer
hope I'm
cars
not
also
right
try
on
to
that.
force you to go to their garages.
Yes, that's
Yep.
exactly what my
Yeah.
neighbor was talking about. They're forcing you to go in their garages because they got people at their, their little small businesses that don't know how to work on those cars, and they
Yeah,
won't even try,
because
which is
they're more
fair.
difficult to work on.
Yeah,
They
that's
are.
true.
But like the problem with a lot of modern cars, it's like if one thing breaks, like the entire just car just shuts down.
It just shuts down.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
Yep.
like why do I need the radio to drive? Like if my radio breaks, the entire car shouldn't break. It's-
In order for me to drive, I need my radio to work so
I
I can
mean,
listen
yeah,
to
the
music
radio
while
needs
I
to be
drive.
working. You're like, what?
I'm good on that.
your car gets mileage off of the song's BPM or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's
your
see.
window won't roll down? Okay, fine. I guess you're not driving.
Most new cars, you have to have a
Oh,
digital security key to even read codes. Gotta pay a yearly
you,
subscription for the key for each make. That's so dumb.
you gotta
I
pay a
mean,
subscription to have a
Like,
digital car key in order to drive your car. You need a subscription in order to drive your car? What kind of bullshit is that?
to be fair, we already are paying a subscription if we have insurance.
yeah, I mean, yeah, if
Yeah,
you have
exactly.
insurance.
That's literally what that is. It's like
Yeah,
it's
insurance is
freaking
basically your subscription to
cool.
drive.
Well, no, the year prescription is, I mean, some places, some wherever you live could have like a personal property tax you
Yeah.
have to pay.
Yeah.
Or well, no, the
Well, in that-
prescription is your tags, is
yeah,
your
technically
car
your
tags.
yearly tags are like definitely that. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you could say that is the first form of a subscription to a car is your tags. So
Let's
that's
see.
fair.
Rex, ever had a
That is
printer hit its
reasonable.
sheet limit? Oh, I know, right? When I was like, because I needed a new printer, I was like, all right, what printers don't have a subscription, aren't subscription based?
Excuse me, what? A printer with a subscription? What?
Yeah, and it'll like brick the printer, like if you don't have the subscription.
Huh?
Yeah, it's a thing. It's been a thing for a couple years.
I mean, I don't print things out, so I don't really know that as much. So it's like, what? That sounds ridiculous.
I usually
It
go to the
is.
library to print things out.
It is ridiculous.
That's wild.
Like you're not wrong. Like it is ridiculous.
This is why I'm glad my mother has her own printer, so I don't have to go to the library and pay anything. I don't want to pay 50 cents just to freaking. Well, actually, 50 cents is cheap to print out something, but nowadays the library will charge you like $1 just to print out something. Like $1. Okay.
I mean, it
Yeah.
depends if it's color or not. If it's black and white, they charge you like 10 cents.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. If it's just color, I mean, if it's not color, just good old fashioned black and white, I'll happily pay 10 cents. Here, I have 10 cents right here in my pocket.
You have to pay for color.
Bro, I gotta pay for color, then I guess I'll just go buy a color TV.
I mean, to be fair, I heard that like you always restocking on black ink was a nightmare for a minute
Yeah.
because that's what's mostly used.
Yeah, it's mostly just black ink. Yeah, that's fair. That is completely fair. It's because you know why? Nobody wants to pay for that color ink. Nobody wants to pay $100 for like 2 cases of color ink. Nobody wants to do that. For I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a nightmare to buy, the stuff for your 3D printer, right? I
I
remember you
mean,
talking about that.
not really. I just go on Amazon. I mean, it is I mean, it's not too expensive in my
I thought you get all
opinion.
your stuff from Etsy.
No.
I remember you saying something about you got resin from Etsy.
No.
At least I remember. Maybe I heard wrong.
The Etsy thing, like if you want to paint like resin figures, like going on Etsy, like the figure I'm painting now would probably cost you probably like $20 to get like on Etsy. Yeah, that's like without shipping. But this
I imagine
this
that could add
this
up after a while.
this thing right here probably only cost me like $1 to print, if even that. It only
$1?
Yeah,
Wait, I thought you had your own 3D printer.
I do. That's why I say it only cost me probably like $1 to print.
Oh, it's like $1 to get the resin so you can print it, right?
No, the resin, if it's like 40, $50 per two, it's 2,000 grams. I don't remember but it's like 40 to $50 for like a big thing of resin. So I can
That
get
add up after a while.
get probably about
So what's up, willpower?
40 to 50 prints out of a bottle.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
That's not too bad. I thought from what I heard before, it just made it sound like it's just like way worse to get resin.
So like the whole thing of like if a resin printer is worth it, it depends on if you actually want to print out or if you actually want to paint like bigger models, right? And if you're doing it regularly, like if you're buying stuff regularly, then you might as well just get a 3D printer because it'll in the long run it'll probably be a lot cheaper.
Yeah, especially if you just want to get to like, especially if you just want to paint it for like yourself and not have a 3D printer, then yes, that will indeed add up after a while.
Right. So
It's like just
like
what's her name, basically.
way back when a year and a half ago or how whenever I started like painting like on stream, I was like, well, if I'm just gonna make this like a weekly occurrence, and if I like, then I'm just gonna buy a printer and print them out myself. And I've kept with it, so I've I've kept up with painting on stream, so
That's why it's always worked out for you.
it has worked out for me very well.
Anonymous Rex says in the UK we have plastic waste tax. Wait, what does that mean? What is it plastic waste tax?
Really?
Let's see.
I was like, same with paper and ink and also paper businesses. So it's like the same concept.
Let's see.
This is like in the same way.
See, it costs you 20 quid for Victoria's Steel. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Wait, what's Victoria Steel?
Victoria's Steel. Victoria's Steel. Where is she?
Information we don't know. We go to Google. You know Google's crap now.
This should be Victoria Steel.
Let the stream catch up.
One of the recent.
Oh, that's one
Yeah.
of the reasons what's names.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
one of the recent models. But let's see, UK doesn't have as many 3D print home businesses. Yeah, I mean that. Oh yeah, UK have a plastic waste tax.
Manufacturers of tax is a ways to discriminate harmful economic parties. Wait, what?
Jesus.
All these words.
Kiru. let me read that out. Let's see.
Sorry.
Manufacturers tax as a way to disincentivize harmful ecological practices. Yeah, I could see that. The U.S. doesn't give two shits.
Nope, no, we do not. We are happily wasteful. I hate that I actually have to say that because it really is a true statement.
Willpower, how's it going? Yeah, the U.S. doesn't. Most places in the U.S. don't care. Some places in the U.S. doesn't even have recycling.
And that's crazy to think about. That is really crazy to think about. Like you think we've been had like people, we had recycling like back in like the 90s, and how do we still not have it yet? Or
So
have it, like everywhere.
So I mean, one of the reasons probably could be because it costs money to do recycling. But
it doesn't cost money to burn trash. That still costed just as much. Also, what's up, Ray?
But also, not everything gets recycled, and so some of recycling still goes in the trash. Just if you didn't know that little fact.
Actually, didn't. It's like there's some things I wouldn't mind knowing, and then there's just some things I don't want to know.
Yeah, it's like you don't really want to know that. So yeah, there's still a lot of stuff that can't be recycled, and it goes in the trash anyways. So,
YGW, I'm assuming that means garbage waste, plastic kits, and policies, and one thing that improves the books and boxes. Black plastic can't be recycled. Why? Wait, why is that? I want to
The
know why that.
dyes. Pain
Oh,
says the dye in it.
Yeah,
the dye in it. Oh,
probably.
it isn't. Yeah, dye is just considered a chemical, isn't it? Basically. So you sit here wondering that. Wait, dye is a chemical, right?
For the most part, most dyes are made chemically. Yes.
Most of them,
So
yeah.
it makes you sit here wondering how it's possible for us to eat it.
Some of them are
Some of them
consumable, but it's
are.
not
Some dyes
that
are
great.
naturally made.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, it wasn't like that for the damn ketchup we got.
Wait, what do you mean?
Are you
Yeah,
talking
some of
about
that
the color ketchup from the 90s?
Yeah, the color ketchup, that purple and green one we got.
Like I was thinking like about that the other day because like there's been like a rise in like colon cancer of like younger people like our age.
Mhm.
And I'm like, it is definitely from all those weird foods from the 90s
Yeah, for sure.
and like early
All those
2000s. Like,
Hey, we'll check it out. Check out this one. It's now LED light and it's consumable. What?
yeah.
What?
like the weird colored ketchups and like the the uptake in like snacky cakes and stuff like that. And
Oh
like
yeah, big time.
and the lead filled Lunchables. Right.
And like, well, like some of the like the decorative like edibles that were supposed to like edibles like cake toppers as well.
Yeah, like all
That
that weird shit. Right.
it's everything that makes things look pretty that's not supposed to be able to be eaten.
Yeah.
But we still had kids back in the day on our age that were eating Play-Doh. So
Yeah.
Play-Doh and also glue.
Glue.
we have Play-Doh, glue, their own scab. I don't know.
Let's
Stuff like
see.
that.
Some reds are made out of bugs. Some reds are made out of bugs.
And there's like, what was it? Like they said gelatin was made out of animal bone marrow.
Oh no, that's still a thing.
What do you
I
mean
know
it's
it's
still a
still a
thing?
thing. I just saying it in general.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean it's still a thing?
Gelatin's made out of like animal bone, like animal byproduct products.
I guess that's a good reason why I stopped eating it a long time
Like
ago.
I mean,
I was
I
taught
think
something
I
about
think
it.
like technically like gelatin is like sort of natural, but not.
it's the other thing with the dye thing as well. To be fair,
Yeah. That's why gelatin's not vegan.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Gelatin's not vegan, but like Oreos are.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Oreos
Yeah,
are.
Oreos are vegan.
Oh, Oreo's vegan.
Yeah, Oreos are vegan.
You mean to tell me the filling inside is vegan safe? I thought that was
Yeah,
like all sugar.
there's no dairy products. There's no meat. There's no animal product in Oreos.
But it's like, isn't there sugar?
Well,
Yeah, sugar's fine. Usually.
sugar is vegan. Sugar is
Sugar is
naturally vegan.
Yeah.
I was like, I did not know that. I always thought, sugar wasn't vegan because it's like it's
What?
sugar. It's a sweetener.
Well,
So
to be fair, sugar cane's a plant.
Yeah, sugar cane. Yeah, sugar cane's a plant.
sometimes I forget about that. Sometimes I forget that is like a plant.
The only reason why I know that's a plant it was because of Courage the Calorie Dog. That's the
A
only reason
cartoon.
why.
You know that.
Because that Mummy episode where he was smacking on that sugar cane like it was crack. Got any more sugar cane?
At that point in time, it might as well have been crack.
I mean, sugar is technically a drug too, so technically,
That's a drug that we can consume.
it's a drug that we
It's
technically
allowed.
need in our bodies, but it can
Yeah,
kill us as well.
we technically need sugar, but yes, it can be addicting.
It's an addiction that we need.
Like,
It's like an
technically.
addiction
Yeah,
that we
it's
need
an
in order to
addiction.
live.
That's why when you get off of it, you start having problems changing your diet. It's because of the sugar.
Yeah.
Isn't that another reason why doctors like sometimes when we want pop, we just like you have to drink like diet because it just contains a little bit of sugar that we need.
It's either diet or they try to tell you to go to zero sugar because of because artificial sweeteners isn't the same as sugar, and that's
Yeah.
usually fine.
Yeah, it's
That's
different.
fair.
So the aspartame is one.
Let's see,
But
rise of
that's why,
microplastics. Yeah, there's a lot of
yeah,
microplastics. Can't like the problem with microplastics is that you can try so hard to not digest food or whatever, like plastics,
what
but you're pretty much breathing them in.
which is like the worst part is I'm thinking about that now because of all the sugar I used to eat and I'm cutting it back. So I
Mhm.
look at all the cereals now, and I just remember the commercials back then. Part of a balanced breakfast. Are you sure?
Are you sure?
I mean,
But honestly, is
really,
that caffeine is the
Raisin
worst.
Bran is probably
Caffeine is
the
indeed the worst. This is why I
Caffeine,
stay
yeah,
away from a
caffeine's
lot of the
definitely
energy drinks.
worse.
I stay
yeah.
away from a lot of energy drinks.
It's really bad because unfortunately, I never we never used to drink coffee, and now Rachel's on it. Oh, and then she now just like it gets her going and helps her be motivated in the morning, which I can understand because I used to try to drink energy drinks or anything sugary in the morning as well. So I was actually at the blame, but I'm not still the biggest coffee drinker still. But
I had like Red Bull like one time, and it's like this was
Which
disgusting.
is
I'm
about
never
the
drinking
same
this
as
ever again.
Red Bull got on my
Well,
nerves.
that's Red Bull.
It's
Red Bull's not
I'm
very
pretty
good in the
Red Bull.
first place.
Red Bull Red Bull's like battery acid. I don't want.
You might as well be.
Yeah, it might as well be.
Is at Big B Coffee, they put a shot of it in with a slushy that they have. Man, it tastes like an orange cream.
You know,
It's like the only time I've liked it.
I don't care for Red Bull. Red Bull is good. Red Bull gives you wings because it can kill you.
Yeah.
Well,
Basically.
I carry 40-ounce full throttle turkey too. Do that.
That sounds like a personal problem. Okay, all that.
That's probably for someone that headaches are coming. To be honest, not having the caffeine.
Yeah, it can happen.
Okay.
That's what was my problem for a while.
That's most likely fair. She's most
Even even in medicine, there's caffeine in to help you with headaches. So there's that too.
which is
Yeah.
one of the reasons why I don't like to take a lot of medicines.
I used
One,
to
it just
do
like
that.
tastes
Yeah.
awful,
Well,
and
you
then there's
remember I used
also
to
the
have to do
caffeine.
that on the daily. If you remember that,
I
every
do
day I had to
remember
take
that.
something for my headache because I would get them like every day.
I've had mine.
And it's because your body is like your body is heavily dependent on those medicines. And then when you
It
stop
was.
taking it, you get the headache right back. So that's
It,
why I've always hold this philosophy that like you have to like you just have to let your body get rid of some stuff naturally. You can't always rely on certain things. It's like when that's like my biggest pet peeve when people take like antidepressants. I get that they need it because they can't stop their thoughts, but you need to be a little bit more stronger in order not to take that stuff because that stuff is not. I don't think it's actually really helping, to be honest.
it's all
It might
helping.
be, it might not be. I don't know, but I just think it's not a good idea.
To be fair, a lot of people are realizing that being on meds like that always can help with one thing, but it ends up causing another problem.
Oh yeah,
And that's usually the cycle.
that was my issue with antidepressants.
Yep.
It's like I
Yep.
was finally like happy for like the first time in my fucking life, but it also caused a whole bunch of other problems. So I was like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm not taking this
It's not
anymore.
worth it.
Basically.
Yeah, that's like it was like with me because like at first I was like like I was on I got Emitrax for a while for my migraines and I was still getting them every day, but it was just like a temporary fix that would work, but then they would just come back the next day.
It's
But
temporary.
it happened.
Always is.
It happened all the time, and I had these migraines like that for ever since I got out of high school. Like they were just getting that bad, and every day I would take something for it. So my body was used to taking something every day, and I wouldn't. It would get worse to the point where it would build up so bad that nothing would work, and I would have to shut down the entire day
Let's
or
see.
whatever.
Phobias. I feel better now, but my noodle don't work type stuff. I mean, you're not wrong. That is like a huge problem with the antidepressants.
No, yeah, that's true. Like I'm on a
but no,
beta
like
blocker now. That's like that too.
the only thing, so like yeah, I've been having a lot of female issues lately, and like I really need to go to the doctor for it, but I'm afraid that they'll just tell me to go on birth control.
Ah,
But I was on
but
birth control for like 9 years, and I got fixed. I don't want birth control.
And that's not like it's gonna help anyway.
It's
It's
not
just something
it's like
it just won't
it's
help at all.
it's like, to be fair,
but like the thing is like the birth control, like ever since going off the birth control, I've had more hormonal issues. And so when I was
and
on the
that's
birth control, I didn't have any of that. I didn't have any of the hormonal issues, but now I have them, and I don't like it.
You don't
that's the
like it.
thing. Like,
This is kind of like trying to force
there's
you
a
to get back
lot
on.
of there's a lot of differences between the body spectrum that me and Kuro will never know about. But I know there's a lot of things that could be a lot worse. That can just tamper a lot of things in the body, and it sucks.
Yep, it sucks. It's really, really bad. So I'm just like I try to do my best to just stay away from it as much as I possibly can.
It was
Because I know what it's gonna do.
it was weird because I was on Paxil first for the antidepressant, and it would make it so I wasn't hungry like at all, and I had no appetite, and I would eat a little bit, but I couldn't finish anything, and then they were just like. I think the first time it happened, I was like a little bit over 200 pounds and I lost 17 pounds. They're like, wow, that's really good. I'm like, yeah, I'm not eating. They're like, that's not good. No, it's
Yeah.
not.
No, it's not.
You're right.
But, and then they was like, maybe they would try something else. I was on like Fexler for a while and I don't even remember much of that. I just remember being on it and I think it just messed with how I thought and processed anything. And I couldn't I think I was speaking or talking to somebody and I really wasn't. They're like, are you all right? I'm like, I think so. He's like, did you hear what I said? I was like, oh, you said something? My bad. But I
That's what it's
didn't
like,
think that was
man.
ever going to happen. It's weird. Like I say, antidepressants like that was already enough. Then the effects were with that. Then I was taking like Imatrax when they switched me off to this now beta blocker now, which is
The
fine.
beta
Yeah, for your
blocker.
blood pressure.
It's
So it's
beta
not even
blocker is
in it.
mostly for it's for my migraines. That's what it's for.
It's
And
for your migraines.
it's for my migraines, and I have another pill for my high blood pressure because I think that was probably the main cause of my headaches and migraines was my blood pressure was so high. I was living with it for a while. I didn't even know it. There because it scared urgent care to me to go to the ER. And that was how bad it was. They were just like,
Uh,
dude, are you all right? I'm like, I feel normal like usual. He's like, your blood pressure is way too high. What is wrong? I was like, I have no idea.
everything.
That's kind of the reason why I came to you guys to see if we can figure out what was wrong. But you guys don't have an answer. It was like, yeah, we don't know what's going on, but you're gonna have to go to the ER. I was like, okay. And then I went
Of course
there,
you're
and
gonna
my
have to go.
blood pressure rose because I was so worried because they scared me to half to death. They're like, you're 167 over 132.
Oof.
I was like, and
Yeah,
I
that's
looked
the
at them.
same with me.
They looked at them, and I was like, dude, I was like, are you okay? I'm like, I don't know anymore. Am I gonna be all right? Like, just calm down and try to breathe. But they took all these tests and there's like nothing they could find. There's like, yeah, I think you just need high blood pressure and you just need to, whatever you're doing, just try to relax. And I was like, I'll try my best. But this is making me worry a lot more.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for making it go higher
Yeah,
than it
it's
already was.
that I've had mine
Appreciate it.
since I was.
That's the thing too with doctors. They're like, I don't want to alarm you, but you're
Right.
going to die. What?
You're
Don't
gonna
alarm me.
die.
No, no.
Don't
Right.
alarm me, then, damn it. Oh, this is one of the reasons why I don't like going to the doctor in the first place. I know I have to go, but goddamn,
Oh
y'all
yeah, I
just
know,
making me
right?
more stressed than I already am.
This, I mean, like, what was that remind me of? Stillinger from Black Ops 2? Getting old sucks.
Getting old
It
sucks.
really does.
It does.
Lying. I'm lying.
it's so, it's true, but I realize that, and so I'm just trying to um, I'm trying to like really try to change up a little bit because for a minute there, I was just only stressing and not worrying about anything else. As long as I had like a burger and a taco down my throat, I was fine. Pause.
Hey, Anonymous Rex says that beta blockers are really bad detox. Has a really bad detox. Is that true?
I think it's
I wouldn't
because
be
there's a side
surprised.
effect. So there's a side effect with it because it's also used for antidepressant as well. And like, and I
Wait,
also have a mood stabilizer as well too, because that could be another problem.
a boot stabilizer?
It's a mood
No, a
stabilizer.
mood.
A mood stabilizer?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You need a
it's
stabilizer in order to keep your mood down?
mostly because it's to help with my high blood pressure. If my mood isn't better, I'm not stressing. It's supposed to help with that, keep my blood pressure lowered at least.
This is why
Uh,
medication sucks because
I don't know
they
about
give you a
that.
medicine. It's like they give you a medicine and then they give you a medicine to counter the side effect of the medicine that they gave you, and then they give you
Yeah.
another one. It's like,
Yeah, I made fun of
what?
that years ago too.
Or you're gonna need this, and you're also gonna need this in order to counteract the effects of this, and then you're also gonna need this to counteract the effects of this. How much bullshit are you putting in my body, man? Get out
Whatever
of
gets
here.
them paid more money because I think they get like royalties for every medicine that you're on. I believe.
Uh, yeah, I'm good. I think I'm just not gonna do this.
It's
I
well, for
think
the most part, the new thing with the sugar was new, but I kind of figured after I was chugging pop like crazy for the past couple of months.
I mean
Yeah,
that
you
sucks.
gotta be careful when you get older with the sugar.
Yeah, I realized that. I think somebody I like I say, I think it was like that with hot sauce too. Like somebody was telling me that because I used to put that on everything.
Like 10, 15 years ago, they're like, oh, people in their 30s don't get diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And then now
And
it's people in their
what is next?
30s are getting diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And you're like, what?
Well, 'cause I have a friend that's like 27 that has type 2 diabetes. They got diagnosed last year.
Yeah.
And you know
There's,
the funny thing about it is it always goes back to genetics. Always goes back to genetics. That's the
That's
one
partly
main thing.
genetics, it's partly environmental.
it,
For
it was
my case, it's genetics.
So
my family high blood pressure runs in my family. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
it runs in my family too. I've been told that multiple times. Like, you know, high blood pressure runs in the family. Great,
It,
just fantastic.
I don't know. It's just weird. I think it mostly came in recent years that was the case. Maybe because of like probably because like the world's like shaping differently in front of my eyes. It feels like so it bothers me a little bit. And then
So
everything started
what?
changing and stuff. I'm just like, that's a little worrisome. But I usually just suffer in silence. But I'm not like outrageously angry
let's
or
see.
like on
Mm,
purpose. They just things happen and I see that it probably bothers me and I get irritated at. But I try to stay away
or
from that because unfortunately it's like everywhere. If it's like not the hottest thing, somebody did something somewhere.
somewhere.
That always. 'Cause today somebody shut up a GameStop. What?
What?
They didn't have any more Switch 2s. Oh, okay.
Oh, that okay. That explains it.
Yeah, that explains it.
That explains a lot.
So, Corey, man, you know how you've always told me that I shouldn't ignore the things that goes on the news, right? You've told me that multiple times, right?
Yeah.
I ignore that on purpose because I know it has high. I ignore it on purpose because if I get stressed out about it, then my blood pressure is gonna go high. So that's one of the reasons why I don't watch the news.
Well, yeah,
Because
you
like I
need
don't need to know what's going on. I don't need to know how the president is messing up the world any more than it already is. I don't want my heart to explode because of high blood pressure. Me being stressed out all the damn time. I think I'm just gonna ignore it. I'm gonna
And
be
that's the
fine.
worst part. That's the worst part because you don't know what can be the like I'm trying to think of the word for it. The straw, the last straw that could be too far for you either. It can just happen
Exactly.
at any point.
Any
It,
point.
it, it could happen at any point. Hell, it could be happening
yeah,
when I die.
you know
It
you
could
know
happen when I die to some stupid or like Marvel Rivals or something. Why that happened? Heart attack.
right. That's gonna happen with Kiryu and Splatoon. You can
Jesus.
split Kiryu, you're like, oh, I'm gonna ignore the news because it stresses me out, but I'm still gonna play Splatoon regularly.
I'm gonna play Splatoon and get mad at this game instead.
The story at 11. The gamer dies at heart attack for getting squid bagged on Splatoon 3.
In this case, dude, it's gonna be my downfall. I swear it is.
Splatoon is gonna be the death of you.
It
It
most likely
probably will,
will.
especially if they
Like,
decide to implement a game chat inside it next game, and then the whole mouse
Please God,
controls.
please God, no, please God, no, don't do that to me. I
I'm
don't
waiting
want
for some people to try to go with mouse controls, and they introduce a new weapon for the mouse controls specifically, or
oh,
something like that.
dude,
We already
don't
got the
screw me
bow and
like
arrow, technically,
like
but
Kiru, if you just end up dead one day, we're gonna write it in your obituary that you died playing Splatoon.
please do actually. Please do actually.
see
That would be
that.
kind of a funny story.
People would be like, "Did he really?" And be like, I don't know. It was just
I don't
funny.
know.
I don't
Probably.
It's like I just died from playing Splatoon. It's like, why did he die? High blood pressure. What was he doing playing Splatoon?
Playing
was it
Splatoon.
Yeah, that'll do it.
that'll do it.
Oh, jeez. I mean, it'll be funny. It'll kind of be funny.
I'm not
It'll
gonna
be
lie,
sad,
that'd
but
be
it'll be funny too.
hilarious.
I mean, I felt like that was like gonna be me when I was freaking doing that stage on Sonic Forces, not Forces, but Sonic Frontiers. When I was stuck there for about 40 minutes to an hour trying to get the
Jeez.
S rank.
God.
I should have did it like that, but I refuse to move on. That's how stubborn I am.
Yeah. I say this. I still stick to this. Gaming can be therapeutic, but it can also be a curse. Also hurt you a
Again,
lot.
depending on what happens, and also if you're just an angry person that has like slightly less slightest thing and make you upset, that's probably not worth to do that. But people
Like,
usually
bro,
do
if
that to try to
you're
escape from stress.
yeah, exactly. If you got a game that's gonna make you pissed off every single time you play it, like every single time, you should probably stop playing it. Well, I'm not
That's
counting Splatoon as that because
Yeah,
Splatoon doesn't always piss me off.
that's
It
why
doesn't
I
always
stopped
do that.
playing Splatoon. Always
it's
pissed me
I mostly
off.
see that with a lot of fighting games that people either just jump on for it or they just run into people that they keep losing to or something else no matter. It's always something with like Tekken or Street Fighter or whatever the case may be that I've seen people play that they'll only play it or then Smash Brothers. They'll only play it because that's where their viewership comes from. So they'll just stress themselves out just for views. I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, I don't
That's
think
what
it's worth it
that's what
either.
that's what's almost
I
about to
was getting
happen to me.
upset playing that Emerald Sea Glass the other day because I kept losing the Brawly. I was upset. I was like, how the hell am I losing to this dude all the way? And it's all this Pokemon had knockoffs. That didn't help. I was upset. I'd never hit a Heracross in my damn life until
In
that.
life. So that
And I was so mad. And the worst part is the solution this entire time was fucking Meryl. Meryl roll out the entire team and just destroyed him. And I was like, oh, whoa. I was like, I'm not going to read your fucking dialogue. You killed me like four
right.
times.
See,
Yeah,
Mech
yeah.
Warrior Online is your chill game. Game slow enough combat
Mech Warrior?
wise. I
But
mean,
it's
I can
fine
see
because
that.
there's at least I'm not nuzlocking that game. I'm just playing normally. So
It's not like we're doing with our Soul Link. Yeah. Then then it
yeah,
becomes a
I mean
problem.
that's a little more stressful, but at least like it's like a tag team thing.
I've
I'm not
Yeah, we're
been
both
worrying about it alone.
I've been playing a quote unquote cozy game that's arguably not cozy. I've been playing
isn't it?
it's a game called Littlewood, right? It's one of those like you grow crops and you make money and you chop down trees and make shit and stuff. But like the game is arguably very poorly like optimized and it's RNG, it's terrible. Right?
Oh no.
So it's very grindy in order to get the stuff that you need to actually
Of
do
course.
stuff.
Oh, okay. I get it.
Grinding through RNG is literally the worst. It is
And like it's an older game, so like there hasn't been any up there, like there's no like updates or anything, and so like I'm pretty sure that they're just done, like they're not doing anything with it anymore, and it's very annoying because they're like, oh, like this fish only shows up at this time of the year and this bug only shows up during this time of the year, and good luck trying to get this item through fishing because
That
it,
sounds
it only shows up like once every like 500 catches or some shit like that.
oh my
it's,
god.
oh my
it's so dumb.
that kind of reminds me of Persona 4 Golden because there's like certain bait you have to find. But in that game, besides just regular bait you can buy, you have to find all these bugs by these trees. And there's a slight chance to get the right ones. And there's an even slighter chance to find the fish that you're looking for. Because you need to find the guardian fish and the sea guardian and complete the guy's fisherman quest. and it's
There you go,
RNG every
Dynamite.
time we cast that for it to show up.
Let's see,
But
Rex.
then you
It
gotta worry
sounds
about
like
pulling it in.
Stardew. Let me tell you, this game's a lot
It
worse
sucks.
when it comes to RNG. Like,
Yeah, it's annoying. Like all the RNG aspects for, especially for like, since that game is an RPG, worrying about things like shadows to drop certain items and certain materials and certain gems to get the best items and weapons for your team. It sucks. And there's only been one time in my entire playthroughs of Persona 4 Gold, and I was able to get the water gun for Naoto. And the water gun is like my favorite item to get. It's so funny because it actually sounds like you're spraying them with water, and it has like it has a medium chance to cause rage to the enemies, which makes a lot of sense. It's so funny because if when she crits, she does 3 shots, so it sounds weird getting hit with water 3 times, so that she kicks them.
It sounds like a squirt switch.
It's so weird. And I think Kanji has a symbol, which I never got, but I've seen somebody use it, and it makes the symbol noise when he smacks him with it.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
that's funny.
fucking lost it. I lost it. It's,
Oh,
it's like the end of that. What was that old meme that for the drums? But that's
yeah.
it.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that's
god.
what it sounds like. I mean, he smacks with the symbol. I fucking love it.
backwards whip shot. Yeah, basically.
I used to love that. Like that game is nothing but like tomfoolery, though, especially with the gold hands, and those are the worst. The gold hands are the worst because what they'll do is that they usually have a lot of speed and luck to dodge your stuff, but they also have moves that usually ends up critting you, but it doesn't do like a lot of damage. But they just use that to try to crit and run. That's what they do, and they'll always go first. And for some reason, somebody was recording it, and they decided to use this move called Bash, which has a high crit or hit ratio. It like critted on one of the one of the characters, and he immediately ran. And they were like, "That went well." They're like, "No, it did not go well."
No, it did not go well. No, it did not go well, my friend. The dude I wanted got away.
I love those. I mean, like it's fun, but they do give you a crap ton of experience if you do get them. But I hate when there's like 4 of them at once, and I can't. It sucks.
Can't do anything. It's just really
Nope.
bad.
I think all the hand enemies are a little weird, but those especially.
Ooh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy.
I don't like those.
So there's something that's been on my mind for like a while now, and Formy can actually like vouch for me on this. Um, there's just been a lot of things when it comes to like VTubers that's just been on my mind. It just kind of get on my nerves.
And did you see that crap that happened?
Yeah, there's just a
Eh,
shit ton of stuff that happened.
I mean, are we talking about the Cinder news? 'Cause that's what I'm talking. That's kind of what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, Cinder. Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of what's, and this is a similar situation that's been getting on my nerves before. Like, if this has been going on for some time now, why do you guys wait till now to say something? What exactly do you get off of that for leaving that information secret for so long? Like, why didn't you just say something? Why did you let the bullying continue and not, why didn't you say something? That's what I'm
A
sitting
lot
here
of
wondering. Like,
I'm not
are you
it's
suffering in
I'm not
silence for
entirely
something?
I'm not entirely sure how long. So the stuff with Nanolith, I don't I don't know how long like she waited to speak up about what was going on. Um
I'm just sitting here wondering why did it take so long?
I
Like
I
why did you suffer in silence for so long? Like why? What was the point in
well, because for whatever reason, like I think it's one, people don't want to call other people out.
why?
One, in order to kind of not get involved with like that drama and just kind of just wanting to let it go. Um, but
I,
but two, I mean, fear is another part of
yeah,
it.
yeah.
But
yeah,
it's
there's quite a big part of that because it happened it happened like years ago when all this the pandemic first started with the Smash community and the Pokemon community for a minute because the same things happen there.
Yeah, but it's like the thing, right? You got fans who are like, you got fans who are hard dedicated. They will, they will come to your defense incredibly fast. So what's the point of hiding it? Just
Now that the person's bigger than you, they'll usually question that fact first.
Yeah. So like
n-
so
no person in the VTuber community can ever be as big as their fans. They can be as big as they want to, but their fans will always be bigger.
well so like
Fans
with
have the power to even shut down they have the power to shut down a whole entire company.
I mean the stuff with like Cinder, right? Uh
Hmm.
that like they so do you know what happened with Cinder? The whole thing?
Apparently, she was a quote unquote bad girl. Parasite. She was doing a whole bunch of bullying, and she was doing a whole bunch of manipulations behind the scenes, from what I
Yeah.
heard.
So like she I don't know if it was really her or if it was like her
Quote
quote unquote
unquote boyfriend manager.
like manager boyfriend. Like I don't know who exactly it was, but I think the messages were from her manager boyfriend redacted, and they basically like they went to Nanolist, right? Nanolist did like a lot of her models and basically tried to get Nanolist to
They're on her side the whole entire time. She tried to buy it.
blacklist other VTubers. Right.
Blacklist.
Yeah,
She tried to
blacklist.
blacklist and analyst.
No. They tried to get Nano to blacklist other VTubers, so meaning that they didn't want Nano to make VTubers for certain people.
Yeah, I remember. I remember that being said in one of the videos that I watched. She was just trying to silence her the whole time by buying her out.
So the weird part with this whole thing, which it makes it bad. So like exclusivity is a thing, right? So like if you were big enough, if you had enough money, you could technically go to a VTuber artist and be like, here's a whole bunch of money to be exclusive, right? So you would only do my stuff and my stuff alone. Okay. But apparently what they were doing is they didn't want Nano to be exclusive. They did not want exclusivity. They
Yeah.
wanted, I guess, to pay Nano to not do specific VTuber models, like for specific VTubers, right? So they were going to allow Nano to do other VTuber models, so not exclusive, so not exclusivity, just certain individuals. I think there was a couple. I think there was at least like 4 or 5 that they listed that they didn't want Nano to do anymore.
Really?
Right? So like with the whole Cinder Nano situation, like that's bad. Right? Like you don't pay someone to not, like, you don't, in order to not do just certain VTuber models, like targeted sabotage. I guess
Targeted sabotage. I mean, yeah,
Phobius, I guess you
that's
can
the
say
best
that
thing.
targeted,
It's
you know,
targeted
sabotage. So like like if it was them trying to buy like Nano's exclusivity, that would have been one thing, but it wasn't exclusivity. It was trying to get Nano to blacklist, you know, other VTubers. And then there was a whole bunch of other stuff, but I think, you know, this happens all the time. Like you
This
just
isn't the
have
first time
those
this happened. It happened before a long time ago. I remember that. There's
you
another VTuber that did the exact same thing.
you have people who they start out with good intentions and they're nice people, and then, you know,
They get big.
they get big, they see other people get big, they get jealous, right? they get envious of other people, and they just start kind of becoming an asshole.
I think that was when Cinder thing because she was doing that with Silvervale because apparently she looked up to Silvervale and she wanted to get bigger than Silvervale, basically.
Yeah, and there was a thing with, I think, was it Spite? Like
Spite.
Cinder was basically like copying whatever I think Spite was doing.
She was copying.
Yeah.
Um,
Like
yeah, I think I
like we
remember.
like
I think I remember that one.
it's like I don't know, it's copying or like just really weird coincidences, right? But
It might as
like
well be. It might as well be copy.
it's
Oh
like,
yeah, I remember that because she was looked
Yep.
like a hell basically,
and so
and I was like, you can have multiple people be hellhounds. That's not a what's the name thing.
and
That's
man and
like
man the whole thing with Cinder like gets a whole lot worse because of the energy drink that she's a part of. A gamer, is it Gamer Subs?
yeah, it's gamer subs.
Um and so like now there's the whole thing with like Gamer Subs and like let's see, her and like another creator, Kirsch, and like people being like, don't buy Gamer Subs until like they do something, about it. But
Mm,
as far as I know, they haven't done anything. Um,
I think so. I don't think they have done anything about it.
I don't think they've said anything publicly about what's going on, and so they're kind of in. What about Rex? What about Shy Lily?
What a, oh yeah, Shy Lily. That's right.
And
They're
then,
working on
oh yeah, still that response that she did. Jesus,
Yeah,
that whole paragraph, she was eating her
yeah.
up in that comment section.
She was mad,
Oh
and
yeah,
you have to do
definitely. Yeah,
something.
Shy Lily was pissed.
You
She
have
was
to do something
really,
real
really angry.
bad in order to make her
Mhm.
mad.
For Shy Lily, yeah, to do something basically.
Yeah, I was like,
That's so
damn.
true.
Shy Lily's a Gamer Subs partner. So is Cinder. Sin-
I didn't read Shy Lily's part. I mean, her videos were flying around everywhere, but I did read on Twitter that she had a really whole bunch of choice words for her. And it's like, oh god dang. Just
yeah,
go.
it was real bad. Um,
I mean, that's understandable.
That kind of reminds me of like when like people get big and they start changing or acting different. Like that one time, I think it was like last year, where those two VTubers went on a dude's stream and made fun of him for not having that many viewers
oh
because
I
he
yeah,
remember
was,
that. It
yeah,
was a Dead by
I
Daylight
remember that.
thing.
yeah, Dead by Daylight, because they were just they were upset because he was playing the game well and he won. They accused him of cheating, and they said that he was actually a teabagger or being disrespectful, even though he wasn't. He couldn't grab them, and it just looked like he was teabagging or whatever the case may be, whatever it was called.
Yeah,
So yeah, they decided to they decided to look on the stream, and then one of them had to say the words. Of course, he's a white boy. I was like, Jesus.
Yeah,
yeah,
basically. And I remember they had their whole entire like fan base go after that dude. Which brings me back to my point. Fans are way bigger than any other company or VTuber or any person in particular. So it's like if you got fans who are supporting you like completely and sometimes blind loyalty, then you should probably say something. Say something to your fans or say something to like I can understand you not saying anything like to the company basically because sometimes I don't think the company will like, take your side all the time. At least I don't think they will. I should hope they do. I mean, you're working for them
It
in a
depends on
way.
how bad the allegations are, really,
I guess.
because like it's happened to too many innocent people so far, and like the one person that people seem to like forget because that doesn't really happen to. It's mostly like the big three: Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, and so.
I remember a lot of people talking shit on
I really
Jacksepticeye.
need the Jack.
Yeah,
I
it's that
remember a
guy
lot of I remember
nowadays lately.
a lot of
But
people were bullying him too as well. If I remember correctly.
they were bullying him for the wrong reason though. They were bullying over him because he was crying about his dad that passed away, and that
Let's
wasn't
Yeah,
see.
right.
exactly. That
So,
wasn't right.
see why so many
That's
corporate
why.
VTubers go indie. The reason why corporate VTubers go indie is usually because of the corporation.
Yeah,
The corporation
which is
usually sucks.
it usually sucks. That's one of the reasons why I think Garagura left the way she did.
Too. But our
Yeah, I imagine she probably left due to a disagreement in contracts.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised because there I don't
Her one of
think
her what's names was like she left because of disagreements with management. That was one of her reasons.
yeah, and so it's like she can't take her IP with her.
Which is fine because I remember
So
correctly, Doki Bird did the same thing when she was Celine Totsky. Basically, she was like she couldn't take Celine Totsky, so she went back to her regular what's name is Doki Bird, which is understandable in a way.
It was
This is one of
wasn't
the
there
reasons why I'm
somebody that
not
was
too
a
worried about Gara. She'll be back.
yeah,
I
yeah,
can't remember her name.
she'll be back.
wasn't there like somebody else that people were talking about for a minute there? What was the name next or something?
That name that name is familiar, but it wasn't like it wasn't. It was something. It was something else. I'm trying to remember who she was. Um, she went corp. She went indie. I don't remember her name. I don't remember her name at all. I wish I could remember because her name does sound super familiar right now, but I don't know what it is.
Matara goes indie next week. Yeah.
Who?
I'm really curious on what happened because it sounds like V Shoujo fired her.
Wait, fire who?
Matara,
Atara.
because like the way that not only V Shoujo like worded it, but also Matara worded it sounds like
Oh, her.
V
The
Shoujo got rid of her.
bug girl. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That one. I mean, that's probably V
Like,
Shoujo. V Shoujo literally probably did that because I've heard V Shoujo shady before.
Uh,
no,
well,
V Shoujo's pretty decent
It's always V Shoujo
comparatively.
and Niji Sanji that I'm hearing about. It's always those two.
It I always hear people retiring from Niji Sanji and Hololive more than
Yeah.
people retiring from V Shoujo.
Which is funny because Hololive is literally the one I hear the good news about, not the bad news. I
V
mean, I'm usually
Shoujo
always
seems to have
hearing.
issues supporting talents. I mean, I think the thing with V Shoujo is, I think,
Wait, when it comes to talents, when it comes to like supporting talents, I think V Shoujo probably does supporting their talents better than Niji Sanji does. Because there's a two argument between those two.
yeah. I mean, I have a feeling that V Shoujo's talents take up a lot of things themselves.
Yeah,
And
that one I can believe.
like it so in my opinion, like if you're going to be a corporation that allows like their talent to keep their IP, like to come in with their own IP and then to keep it, like I do not expect like an organization to do a whole lot other than like marketing, right?
Sounds about right.
And like yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I don't know what's going on with their merch. They have a lot of talent. But when you
You
have
mean with V
like
Shoujo?
when yeah, V Shoujo, when you have like a corporation that doesn't allow you to keep your IP like after you leave and like they keep the IP, it'd be like, yeah, you better be doing all this work for me. Cuz if I ever want to leave, I have to restart everything. Right?
I think the most VTubers nowadays, when you go into a corporation, I feel like you just like you work for them, but you still need to assert your dominance a little bit because they are literally the ones. The talents are usually the ones that are making you the money. Usually, they're the ones making you the money. So just be a little bit more nicer to your talents, because they can just leave whenever they can. To be honest. fuck the script, fuck the
Yeah.
contract. To be honest, that contract don't mean shit. In some cases, it don't mean nothing. Most of the times.
But Rex, I feel like V Shoujo, they only focus on the big few.
The big few, like the big top ones.
Yeah.
That's about right. Because those are the ones that are making them most of the money.
Yeah.
So they just ignore the other. They ignore the smaller ones.
Yeah.
They're not really doing anything.
Right. So.
That's like the same way with Niji Sanji, because I think Niji Sanji is the exact same way.
So like, there's a shit ton of like Iron Mouse merch, though. I imagine Iron Mouse probably does a lot of work on her side. I imagine of doing stuff, of finding like
with all that hate that she gets.
her own
Yeah, I can see
home.
why.
I remember that. That was so stupid a few months back.
About how she won those awards.
Not the word. I think because she surpassed. I think she passed up Kai Sanada with subscribers, and people were going haywire about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
So Vishojo focuses. Oh shit! I'm pretty sure they focus more of their resources on Iron Mouse than anybody else.
Which they shouldn't. Yeah, I mean, sure, Iron Mouse is loved, but they need to show some more support to the other ones.
There's always something with Iron Mouse when it comes to merch. There's always something new, but there really isn't anything new of like anybody else. So.
Oh, that's his name. I found it.
All right. Well, I'm gonna be done with painting today. So,
okay.
yeah. Because I am really hungry. I would like food.
I get you. I'm kind of getting there too.
Yeah.
I just wanted to, have some conversation with you for while you do some painting.
Yeah.
So you're not, not alone. Plus, it's good to talk once in a while to get yourself get some things out the way.
Yeah.
Because I think so. But we're gonna go ahead and let you go for it, so you can do your outros and stuff.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
Later.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rex. It was a good stream today. Let's see. I think they have limited capability. I mean, yeah. I mean, like being part of a corporation like does kind of like help you kind of launch off. But I mean, so I mean, in that aspect, I think it would be cool to like become like a corporate VTuber for like a little while. Just so I can kind of have like get that growth. But God, my desk is a mess. But I've always made the argument that my model's not suited for corporations. Because corporations tend to go for like a specific look for their talents. I mean, you can see it if you just literally look at corporate VTubers and the way they look like. There's definitely a specific look they go for. I think if you get the option to pay off your persona and it's a set price from the get-go, would be great. I would never pay off my persona. Like I always like see people like rebranding. Like they'll have like a model, they'll have like a certain model and like a certain look for like a year, and then they'll be like, oh, I don't like this. I'm gonna rebrand into something else. or like they totally just changed their look, and I'm like, nah, I'm set. I'm set. Oh, like if you get to like, yeah. I mean, I could see that, but like I don't know. It, like having a corporation like have like an IP, like not allowing you to take that IP like with you. It's like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with the character anyways? Like you're not giving it to somebody else. Like you're just gonna retire it. So I don't know. They can use it in advertising and merch. I mean, not really. I mean, you might be able to use it in advertising, but like if you if that character, if that VTuber is graduating, you're not going to make more merch because all that entire fan base is going is going to go with that person. Selling retired member stuff, they just launched more figures. It just who's gonna buy that? I'm gonna be like, why would I why would I want that? All right, let's find someone to read. Um, let's see here. Fans, you buy anime figures from 20-year-old shows. Yeah, but those aren't real people. Oh, Ray's on. Oh, Ray is on. Let's see here. All right, I guess we'll go give Ray a visit. All right. All right. Well, thanks everyone for coming to stream. It was a good one. I had a fun time. Kiki. Um, I'll be on sometime this week, probably. So look out for that notification. I'll be doing more painting this week. Kiki. All right, but I hope you all have a great rest of your night and a great rest of your week, and I will see you next time. Right, goodbye. Goodbye. See ya. Goodbye.